dare I say, overrated main character. Listen, I tried my best. I watched the movie, like you all asked, but I still stand by what I said about Denji. He is... Augie should have been the main character, okay? The reason I'm roping Chainsaw Man into the conversation at all is because both main characters are famously sure of themselves. The only difference here is that Jabari uses his confidence as a mask. He wants his family to be better off. He knows that the responsibility of that lies on his shoulders. Whereas Denji is just compassionless. There's nothing to relate to. At least here, when you look past the facade, there's that ever so familiar feeling of needing to be good enough. It ends up making Jabari a much more three-dimensional character.
That is right. Apparently people are going against Denji, the main character from Chainsaw Man. Anyways, I want to speak on this a little bit. I'm personally coming from the anime. I do not read the manga. I don't read any manga. And actually, the video you just watched is actually a video about Corey X Kenshin's manga Monsters We Make. But today, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about his claim on Denji. And I find it interesting because I myself find this a little bit relatable and absolutely wrong. And I want to explain myself. Of course, this is no real shade to the person who made this claim. I personally do not really hate this opinion, but I also find it a little bit ignorant, but I'm going to explain why. So first of all, check out the person's channel. It's really good on explaining a bunch of other things, a variety of subjects, and talking about them. And it's his opinion, so I do not want anyone to be like, he's wrong because he's dumb. No, I just want to say that he has his opinion, and personally I don't agree, and this is why. He brings up the fact that he watched the movie, the Reze arc.
Listen, I tried my best. I watched the movie, like you all asked, but...
And I did too, and I watched the whole TV show. Of course, Denji is dead. He died in the first episode, and he had to get his heart replaced by Pochita. Of course, spoiler warning if anyone hasn't seen it, but if you haven't, then I'm not sure why you would be here anyways, unless you're a fan of my content, which thank you, like and subscribe. But anyways, apart from that, he then tries to fight these devils because he was recruited, yada yada. If you know what I'm talking about, and you know the story. But to the fact that he did not, or he doesn't have any compassion, is wrong, I should say, because as we can see in the Reze arc, most importantly, his character builds a little bit. In the ending, he actually goes to see Reze just to find out she wasn't coming, mostly because Makima killed her. And a couple seconds after that, Power would show up. Instead of just leaving her and just doing whatever he does, he actually stays. He has a moment of bonding with Power, even if it wasn't intentional. Now, of course, it could just be people messing around, oh, they're friends, blah, blah, blah. But they're not. That's the difference. He is hiding how he truly feels. He was left alone, not by purpose, but by interference. Another point I want to bring up is how he just doesn't care because of his heart, but because of Pochita. His body has changed in so many ways, more than one should be going through, and his body doesn't know how to react, as we see with his heart always being aimed for because of its difference of biological property. But that's not the only thing. He actually acknowledges this and talks about it while fighting Reze. And the fact he says, why doesn't anyone want his heart, Denji's heart, really just shows the compassion he has for not only himself, but the fact that he knows what people want. Does he know why? Not exactly, but he cares in some shape or form. He does care. and saying that he doesn't care about almost anything, it's just wrong. And also, I want to bring up the fact that I know I'm jumping across like the whole entire timeline, but by the end of the Reze arc movie, or I should say before the end, Denji and Reze are both washed ashore, and there we see the difference in Denji. Now, there is a difference between what people call Gunner, which most people say he is, but I also disagree with that claim. And I actually got that opinion from another YouTuber. I'm pretty sure I will find his account and like link it so you can see what I'm talking about. But let me just continue this claim. I am saying he changed his way of thinking. He cared because Reze loved him, even if it was a little fake or majority fake. She loved him, even if it was for a second. But he could never truly feel it. And it just shows that it's not that he doesn't care, it's just hard for him biologically to care, emotionally and physically. Of course, the strongest way that a human can care is through physical touch. And what is his favorite thing? Well, a woman's body. But he never really seeks it. As we can see with Reze, he never really just dives in and does whatever. He has intimate moments, but he never really fully commits. And it just shows that he's not just a 2D character of someone who is cocky, selfless, and lustful, but it shows how someone, a human, has lost what it's like to be a human. Now, of course, if this person or all of you still don't believe that he's not really that good of a protagonist, I understand. There are many protagonists who are better than Denji and more well-rounded, but I personally like Denji. Not because he is like me, but because, in a deeper way, he is relatable. He is scared, deep down. And I just don't like seeing that be neglected in a way. But anyways, guys, this was just a short little rant. I just wanted to make a quick video about this because I really like talking about these things. I didn't have a script this time, which is why you didn't hear a lot of ums or ers. It's because I didn't have a script. This was just off the top of my head, and because I just really am passionate about these talks. I just don't work well with scripts. I should just make these differently a little bit. But anyways, guys, I hope you did like this little rant. I'm sorry if you're disappointed that it wasn't like a full video. On Monday there will be an analog horror Monday. It's already scheduled and everything. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video. Like and subscribe. Click the bell, I guess. I don't know. Apparently YouTube loves it when you do that. But check out the other channels too, gaming and real life content. I'm trying to do more real life content, but just like don't want to do it. But I'll get there soon. But yeah, that'll be all for real. Bye.